We are back here in College Football 26 with another episode of Ball State Dynasty. And in today's episode, we are going to be taking on UConn as well as starting conference play and taking on Ohio. Now, if you missed the last episode, we got absolutely destroyed by Auburn. That was a very brutal game. But the following week, we did beat FCS East only by 7 points, but a win is a win. And we were also able to get an auto commit, which granted, he is only a 1-star, but at the same time, this team needs whatever talent we can get, so getting a 1-star is still solid at the end of the day. But outside of that, recruiting is looking pretty decent. We are in first place for a lot of these 3-stars. We are also going after some 2-stars, just because as a 1-star program, it is a little bit difficult to allocate all of our points towards 3-stars because we don't really have that many. We only have 350, so we have to kind of spread them out. And when we're going up against higher prestige schools with these recruiting battles, it really does not give us an advantage there. But yeah, with that being said, I think we should go ahead and hop into our UConn week. We are traveling out to UConn to take on the 71 overall across the board Huskies. After this, we do have a bye week, so we'll be doing a little bit more recruiting there. Granted, it is still early in the season, so there's not really too much going on with recruiting. I also don't think we're that close to getting any commits, so I don't think we'll be bringing in any this episode. Maybe next episode, we'll see about that. But also, fun fact, UConn was my Dynasty team for last year, even though I only uploaded like 4 episodes, which I'm already on episode 3 of Ball State Dynasty right now. So I'm already pretty much past that point for this series. But I do plan on this Ball State Dynasty to be a very long-term thing, assuming you guys do enjoy it. I also am doing the offensive coordinator coaching carousel series as well. I just started that the other day, so I mean, if you're interested in that, feel free to check that out. But yeah, we got UConn today. We are starting out on defense. They do outrank us in terms of overall, but overall does not mean everything, so we do still have a good chance at getting the win here as we give up a 10-yard gain. 3rd and 1 for the Huskies here on the 26-yard line. They are in field goal range. We are going to send the blitz if this is going to be a run, and they are able to pick it up just barely. And we are able to get home on 1st down, a 4-yard sack, our first of the game. Right after that 3rd down conversion, we send the offense back to the 28-yard line. And now after an incompletion on 2nd down, we have the UConn Huskies in a 3rd and 14 situation. If we are able to get this wrap up here, we can force a 4th down, and UConn is going to send out the field goal unit here as we approach under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter, and the kick is up. It is good. And now with our first play on offense here, we are going to hand this ball off to Qua Ashley. He's the superstar for our offense, and he has a ton of space, but we are not able to get a downfield block. We get it to the 36-yard line. Oh, and we are able to pick him off with the user lurk. We get the ball back on the 36-yard line. I did not expect him to throw that, but we get in there and make the interception. Joey Stemler, the senior. And now here on 1st and 10 after the interception, we're just going to air it out. Normally I do like to run on 1st down, but after the turnover, we might as well just... Oh, I did not expect him to get that. Okay, I honestly thought that was going to be a pick. We get bailed out there. That probably should have been a pick, but we'll take it. We're on the 17-yard line. And Qua Ashley is going to get us into the end zone for our first points of the game. We are going to take the lead 6-3. 7-3 if we can hit this field goal here. But Kyle Kelly throws a dime to our superstar Qua Ashley, and he is able to run it in 2 plays after the turnover, and we score a touchdown. And now this Huskies offense is looking at a 3rd and 8 situation here on the 38-yard line. They are going to put the ball in the air, and there is nobody there. It is going to be a 4th down. We force the punt. So the 2-minute warning just passed, and we are on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 7. So we do start with ball in the second half. So if we are able to... This is going to be... Okay, thank goodness that was incomplete. But as I was going to say, if we are able to put some points on the board on this drive and then start with ball, then we can really start pulling away at this game. But it's 3rd and 7. We are going to throw this to A, and he has a ton of space. We are going to get to the 45-yard line here. Now on 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line, I'm looking for Weatherly here. I think maybe the post gets open on this play. Kind of was, but we just do not have the time in the pocket. Now in 2nd and 10, I'm looking for Weatherly again. Maybe Presley gets open here. I like the look for Weatherly though, and he is open. Is he able to get by the safety? He is, but he gets wrapped up by the corner from behind. 1 minute 20 seconds to go here. Now we're gonna go empty on this play. Maybe Weatherly gets open again. We target him 3 plays in a row. Weatherly, can we get him in the middle of the end zone? That was, yeah, way too risky by me. Yeah, bad decision. I mean, maybe I could have gone for an aggressive catch there, but yeah, bad decision. We throw a very bad interception there. We're back out on defense on the 20. 3rd and 5 for UConn here on the 39-yard line. I'm not sure if this is field goal range. I'm not sure what their kicker's overall is, but they're going to run the slip screen. Are we able? We are not able, or maybe, okay, they pick up the first down. That was close. I thought maybe we could have stopped them for like 4th and inches or something like that. But they pick up the first down with 30 seconds to go here. So to end off the first half, they are going to be kicking a field goal from the right hash. So this might be a little bit of a difficult one, and it is good. So 6-7, unless we get a kick return for a touchdown here, that would be something. Maybe. Oh, okay. I thought there was a little bit of a lane there, but we get tackled. We do start with the ball in the second half. Now it's 3rd and 3 on our opening drive. Weatherly is completely uncovered, so I think we can just get it to him off the snap, and we do. We pick up the first down pretty easily. Oh, Weatherly, is he going to get into the end zone? He is. I did not expect to score a touchdown on that play. But Weatherly with the rack gets into the end zone, kind of gets a little bit of an assist at the end. But we are going to make this 14-6 after our opening drive of the second half. It was a 10-play drive, 84 yards, but we got in the end zone. That's all that matters. We're kicking the ball back off with 2 minutes, 6 seconds to go in the third quarter. And now it is 3rd and 7 for the UConn Huskies in their opening drive of the second half, and we just have nobody down there. It's cover 3. Cover 3, and we have nobody there. Like, I really do not understand this game sometimes. This has to be like one of the dumbest things I've seen on this game so far. My safety just literally does not do anything. He makes more of an effort to cover his own teammate than the receiver running right by him. And they score a touchdown. So yeah, the game just basically handed them a free touchdown. And they are going for 2 here, and they are going to get it. So it's going to be a tie game here. And now we have a 3rd and 2 situation, but the left side of the line of scrimmage is wide open. So this should be, and it is going to be, a first down for Qua Ashley here. And this might be a touchdown here. Are we able to get into the end zone? We are. We are going to make this 21-14. He's hitting the gritty on him. So Kyle Kelly has 3 touchdown passes. He's 15-20, 212 yards for the quarterback today. So we're going to kick this with just under 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go. And now it is 3rd and 10 for the UConn Huskies. We're going to run cover 3, even though last time I did that, it did not really work out too well. It's going to be a check down behind the sticks, and we are there. This is going to be a punt for the UConn Huskies, and we have a chance to close this game out here. So on 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line, we are going to hand this ball off to Qua Ashley, but we get sucked into an animation and we only pick up 1 yard. But after an incompletion on 2nd down, it is 3rd and 9 here with 2 minutes 31 seconds to go. This first down is a must if we want to have a chance to close this game out, but we are not able to get to the first down mark. UConn will call their first timeout. 2 minutes to go in the game. UConn has the ball on the 27-yard line. I am going to send the blitz here, but I am going to drop back on my user to cover deep just to make sure we don't give up anything. And just tackle them before the sticks, keep the clock moving. Now UConn has 4 wide receivers on the field. We're going to run some man coverage. I am on a defensive lineman. Please pick that off. Okay, it's going to be a swat. I wanted to get switched onto the corner, but it put me on the safety for some reason. 4th and 3 though. If we get the stop here, this game is going to be over. Let's see if we are able to get... We have nobody there. I mean, that's kind of my zone, so that's my fault. Can't get mad at anyone but myself there. Yeah, UConn gets a big gain there. They're on the 45-yard line now with 1st and 10 as we approach the 1 minute 10 second mark here, and it's going to be a check down, quick out route. They gain 8 yards. 2nd and 2 on the 37-yard line. We're back in a cover 3 look. This is kind of my base defense, even though it did not work out that one play. And yeah, they just keep checking it down. They've ran a million out routes this game, and there's really nothing I can do. Well, I mean, we can cloud it. I guess we can try that, but so I guess we'll see if that works here on 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line, and they're going to run a read option. Can we get a hit stick on the quarterback? The ball's on the ground, and we are able to pick it up. That is going to be the game. Actually, they do still have 2 timeouts, so it's not the game quite yet. We do have to hand this ball off to Qua Ashley, but if we pick up a 1st down, that is going to be the game, and Qua Ashley has a ton of space, and now that is the game. Your Ball State Cardinals will be advancing to 2-2 on the regular season. We're going to check out stats really quick before we go on to our Week 5 game at Ohio, or maybe it was Week 6, I don't know. But we're taking on Ohio to start conference play. Kyle Kelly is your player of the game, 217, 72.7 passing yards, and 3 touchdowns. Did have the 1 interception, but that was more of a bad read by me rather than a bad throw by him. So yeah, we'll take a quick glance at stats, and then we will head on to our next game. So as for rushing yards, Qua Ashley, 11 rushes, 76 yards. He did have a great game. He was averaging just under 7 yards per carry. 2 broken tackles. I would have loved to hand him the ball off a lot more, but passing the ball just really worked. Kyle Kelly was really locked in today. He completed 16 of 22, so he did have a really good game. Of course, he did just win player of the game. Receiving yards, we did have Eric Weatherly over 100 yards. Off of 8 catches, he did have 1 for a touchdown. Maximus Webster, he had 41 yards, 1 touchdown as well. Qua Ashley, of course, he had our first touchdown of the game. And then Nick Presley, 2 for 34. And Ty Robinson did get involved. He had 1 catch for 2 yards. And sacks-wise, we had 3 players get half a sack. Cameron Davis-Ross, Xavier Simpson, Drew Hughes. Interceptions-wise, we did have the 1. Joey Stimler had the user lurk there. And as for forced fumbles, it was DeAndre Shepard, the freshman free safety, who forced it free. And it was Willie Zuan Yates, I hope I pronounced it correctly, the cornerback, who was able to pick it up, which helped seal the game for us. But yeah, 21-14, we get the win here on the road. Now it is time to go check out what recruiting's looking like. And here, as for recruiting, there's really not anything we're doing different. It's mostly the same stuff. So Vernon Witt, we're probably going to lose out on him. We do still have a scholarship offer on him, so we'll keep him on the board just in case for later on in the season. But other than that, there's really not any adjustments here that I'm going to make to any of the hours here. So as for now, we will just leave that how it is, and we will advance on to the next week so we can play in our next game. And here in week 6, we are at home taking on the Ohio Bobcats, coming in at 67 overall, a nice 69 overall offense, and a 64 overall defense. So even though they are a very low rated team, they are still better than us across the board. However, so is UConn, and UConn was rated higher than this team. So if we're able to beat UConn as well as FCS East, which granted every team should beat FCS East, maybe, just maybe, we will have a chance here. We have 1st and goal here from the 7-yard line. We are going to hand this ball off to Qua Ashley and see if he's able to get us into the end zone. Just short, barely gets us to the 1-yard line. Actually, I'm pretty sure that was TJ Horton, not Qua Ashley. But nonetheless, though, on the 1-yard line, we are going to hand this ball off to Qua Ashley. Over the top rope, gets us into the end zone. On our first drive, we are able to put some points on the board. I think that took us like 4 or 5 plays. We're going to kick the extra point here. I guess we'll see in a second. Oh, it was actually 9 plays. I was off by a lot. Okay, I thought that drive went quicker than it did. But yeah, we go up 7-0. 3rd and 5 on the 48-yard line for this Ohio team. Are we going to be able to get the sack? We are. 4th and 12. Drew Hughes is going to push them back to the 45-yard line. And Ohio's going to have no choice but to punt here on their opening drive as the first quarter comes to an end. But after a sack on 3rd down, and as I'm doing a hot route, we get a false start. But as I was going to say, well, it was going to be 3rd and 14. Now it's going to be 3rd and 19, so that's just great. But yeah, 3rd and 19 here on the 40-yard line. You know, this should be no sweat. I don't know, maybe Y gets open here. I guess we'll just have to see. We'll throw it up to him. Aggressive catch, and he's able to make the catch. Okay, I have nothing to say about there. I mean, I guess when you put, what was that, as safety on a tight end? Yeah, he just outmuscles him there. We pick up the first down. We get it up to the 38-yard line. We will take that all day, every day. Qua Ashley here on the first down. And yeah, Qua Ashley really has not been able to get going this game. But hopefully in the second half, that will change as we approach the 2-minute warning here. We're just going to check this down to our tight end, and he has a ton of space. Is he going to take the... Okay. I like Eric Weatherly here on this slant. Maybe Presley. I guess we'll just have to see how they play it. And they're going to send the blitz. Eric Weatherly with the one-handed grab, and he is going to dive into the end zone. We are going to go up by 2 touchdowns here in the first half, and they do start with ball in the second half. So stopping them here is key, because if they score here, get the ball back, then they would have a chance to tie the game in the second half, and that's not something we want. So big hit on the 21-yard line. That's where they will start their drive. All right, so it's 1st and 10 on the 21-yard line. I've been playing some pretty bad defense on this drive, and they run a slip screen, tackle him inbounds, and he's able to get out. 2nd and 7. I think we'll send the heat on 2nd and 7. I haven't done that all drive, so maybe we can get him in the backfield, but it's going to be a read option. Okay, I thought he was going to score there. Gets it to the 2-yard line, though. I might have to start using timeouts. We'll send the blitz again on 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. We'll see if they're going to try to run the read option, but we are in the gap. I'm going to call my first timeout. Oh, they actually call a timeout, so I don't even need to call one. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Will we see speed option here? We will not. It's going to be an inside zone run, and they score a touchdown. So we are going to have 27 seconds and 3 timeouts to try and put some points up on the board. Ideally, we can get at least 3. But yeah, all it took was 7 plays for them to go down and score a touchdown. That's frustrating, but it is what it is. We're back out on offense here, and we have 24 seconds to make something happen here. So we're going to put Qua Ashley on a streak. This might be man coverage, so we might have one of these streaks up, and we have a wide open. Webster is going to get us to the 46-yard line. We are getting very close to field goal range here. I feel like Qua Ashley on the wheel route might be wide open on this play. I guess maybe not. We'll angle it to the left, and yeah, it's just not going to get there. 15 seconds to go, and yeah, I just made a horrible read. What am I thinking there, man? That was so bad. 15 seconds to go in the half, and I make that read. They have 7 seconds and 2 timeouts to get into field goal range. That was a horrible decision by me. I have no idea what I was thinking there. But yeah, we're going to run some man coverage here. We have to get a stop, and I'm on a wide receiver. I do not want to be manned up. And yeah, they're in field goal range. 38 seconds. They're going to kick it. They are kicking this one from the right hash, but man, I sold so hard, and this is going to be wide left, so thank goodness it's a miss. But just thinking about it, like, I could have maybe had 3 on that drive, maybe even a touchdown. Like, I sold hard on that. That was a horrible read by me. And yeah, we go into half up by 1 touchdown. 3rd and 1 from the 41-yard line. We are going to send the heat and see if we can get a stop here on their opening drive of the second half, and we are able to wrap them up in the backfield for a loss of 2, and Ohio is going to punt this ball away. And now on our opening drive of the second half, we have a 3rd and 7 situation here from the 46-yard line, and we are just kind of bagged here. We're just going to throw this up, and we didn't even get it past the line of scrimmage. Okay, 4th and 7, we're just going to punt this ball away. We really had nothing on that play. Maybe there was something, I just didn't see it. But yeah, this is going to be, I think this is our first punt of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my gosh, that was such a good read. Pick 6. I think that's my first defensive touchdown of the season. I can't believe I just read that with DeAndre Shepard there. We get into the end zone. We are going to make this a 2-possession game. I can't believe I just read that. That might actually be one of my best plays this season. But yeah, huge pick 6 there for the Ball State defense. We're going to kick this ball right back to Ohio. 3rd and 8 here on the 40-yard line for this Ohio team. If we are able to stop them and force a punt, we might actually be able to close this game out. And I just got juked out of my cleats there. Goodness gracious. So Ohio has 1st and goal from the 7-yard line here as we are under 6 minutes to go in this game. They have to score on this drive, and it's going to be a read option. And my edge rusher just, we need a quick instant replay on what my edge rusher was doing here. So the quarterback clearly has the ball here, right? Quarterback, I mean, he's looking directly at the quarterback with the ball. But what does he do? He turns and looks at the running back. Why is this in the game? Like, how does this make sense? He is looking at the quarterback with the ball, but he still turns towards the running back. Like, I really have no idea why this would be in the game, because that makes just no sense at all. He is staring at the guy with the football, and like basically a whole second later just turns and gives up a touchdown for free. Like, the game just wanted them to score. It gave me a horrible animation that just made no sense. And yeah, they make it a one possession game with 5 minutes 53 seconds to go. That's frustrating, man, but I guess what can you do? And another thing, like I did mention earlier in the video, I am also doing a coaching carousel series right now. I'm starting off as the offensive coordinator for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. So if you're interested in checking that out, I do have the first episode up on my channel. I also do have a playlist for it, so if you're interested, feel free to check that out after you finish watching this one. But yeah, that run goes back a yard. And now we have 3rd and 11 here on the 19-yard line. This has not been looking good, and we are pretty much bagged everywhere. Yeah, we have really nothing. We're just going to throw this ball away, and we're going to have to punt on back-to-back drive. Oh, dude, you're kidding. You're joking. What on earth is this? So this has to be like some triple option or something, right? My corner is literally right here. He could have intercepted that ball, but for some reason just does that. Like, if this would have went for a touchdown, I would have lost my mind. But seriously, on back-to-back drives, I have defensive animations that just make absolutely no sense and should not be in the game. Like, at bare minimum, like, this should absolutely be an interception and probably a pick six, but at bare minimum, this should be swatted away. But no, we just get a weird animation. They get, even though they didn't really gain much, it was only 2 yards. It's more so about like the principle of like that should never happen. But it's whatever though, I guess. They're on the 20-yard line here. We need to make a stop. We cannot let them tie this game up because that would not be good. But here they have 3rd and 2 on the 13-yard line. We're going to press. It's going to be a handoff. 4th and 4. Will they go for it? They will. So they are keeping the offense out there on 4th and 4. Is this going to be a read option? They're going to put the ball in the air. They have a wide open. Oh, it is knocked away. Turnover on downs. I saw him open. I thought that was going to be a sure first down. If he would have thrown that half a second earlier, that's a first down. But we get the ball back on the 16-yard line, and we are going to put this ball in Qua Ashley's hands. We are going to need multiple first downs if we do want to close this game out on this drive. We're not getting it on first down though. So I'm thinking if I'm not able to get the first down on this play, I might have to get aggressive and throw the ball and see what we can do. But Qua Ashley picks up a block and we get it to the 21-yard line, and we have an injury timeout. So they get a free clock stoppage there. That's so frustrating. 3rd and 5, we have to pick this up. Let's see if we are able to get X open. We are. Is going to be a first down and more. We are up to the 39-yard line as Ohio calls their second timeout. Now on 2nd and 10, we are going to put the ball in the air here. However, I'm looking to my check down. Why, if we can get him open. But A is open. We are going to get the first down and more with Maximus Webster. We're going to bring this down to the 2-minute warning. Now Qua Ashley is back in the game. We are going to hand this ball off, and we are going to get the second and inches. But Qua Ashley is really hurt. We should probably not have handed that ball off to him. But we're going to hand this ball off yet again on 2nd down, and we are going to pick up the first down. And that will do it. Ball State is going to go on to 3-2 on our opening season here in the Ball State Dynasty. So we'll check out stats really quick, go over some recruitment. DeAndre Shepard, 1 interception, 1 defensive touchdown. He is the defensive player of the game. Well, not just the defensive player, he's the player of the game. But here for stats, Kyle Kelly, 12 of 19, 224 yards, 1 touchdown, did have the 1 interception. Is what it is. Qua Ashley, 14 rushes, 29 yards, so not really the greatest game for him. He did have the 1 touchdown though. Maximus Webster, 4 for 96. Eric Weatherly, 4 for 49, did have the 1 touchdown. Brenton Gathers, the backup tight end, had that insane catch, 22 yards for him. Qua Ashley, 1 for 22. Quyan Megwood, I hope I pronounced that correctly, 1 for 18. Nick Presley, 1 for 17. And defensively, we got to the quarterback once. Drew Hughes did have the 1 sack on the game. And of course, DeAndre Shepard, your player of the game, did have that 1 interception, which was returned for a touchdown. So going into next week, we do not have any more commits. I did make a few adjustments around the recruiting board. Nothing too major though. It was just mostly reallocating hours and stuff like that. But yeah, with that being said, that is going to be the end of episode 3 of the Ball State Dynasty here in College Football 26. If you enjoyed, I do have a ton of other content up on my channel. Feel free to check that out if you are interested. But yeah, to all of you who watched all the way into the end, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I will see y'all next time.